Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hope you all are doing well in your day to day life. Today I came back again with a new topic in the video on the topic called change model fit for purpose. This is a concept, this is a functionality has been launched by ServiceNow majorly in the San Diego version. The base of this change model is called the product model. First of all, we will discuss that why this change model is required. If I take a normal example of any company, they are working in a multiple domains. Maybe they are working in the network, they are working in the infrastructure, they are working in the server side. When I say they are working means they are providing the services to the customer in these areas, specifically in these areas. Now the problem is that if I need to be raise a change for the infrastructure, I don't want it should be get approved by the server team. I'm putting an example here. Or maybe if I'm raising a change on an application, I don't want this to be approved by the infra team. Now the problem is that in a single workflow, if I put the multiple conditions for the matching so that the approval should go to the right team, right person, the workflow will become complicated. So to sort out this problem, ServiceNow come up with a concept called a change model in the picture now. Fit for purpose means you can create the change model as per your requirement. And the good point is that the ServiceNow which they're following the rule here or the principle here is the low code or the no code. So people like you and me who are not technical strong in the scripting part, but if they want to be configure something, they can configure by the change model. So it is no longer a customization, I can say. It is a configuration. You have to be just do the drag and drops. You have to just click on some few buttons and your workflow will be ready. I'll not say it's a workflow, I'll say your flow will be ready because change model is coming with the new concept called the flow designer, not the workflow. So let's come back to the discussion part that how this can be activated. If as I'm using the ServiceNow PDI for a long time now, when I upgrade my ServiceNow PDI from Rome to the San Diego, I got it automatically by default. But here are few ticks you need to be checked in your official instances if you want to be install that part. So let me come to this place and we'll come to the change model as introduction. Before I proceed for any introduction part, anything part, let me show you that why it has been required. What ServiceNow says here. So change manager can use the change model feature to conveniently tailor the change activities. So as I told, I give you example. If I'm supporting, if my team is supporting, my company is giving a services in the infrastructure area, then I should able to configure the specific workflow or the flow for the infrastructure only. So to overcome these kind of problems, ServiceNow bring up the change model in the concepts. They give three major parts. Number one, they say the change model can be enable you to define the fit for purpose state model. It means if I am raising an infra change which I don't want to be go to the assess phase, I can skip it easily. I can directly go to the authorize as well. If I want that no, my change should be go to assess and then go to the schedule and then go to the implement, I can do this part by a fit for purpose state model. Then you can define your own ways of state transitions like A, B, C, D, A to C, D, B, A. You can define as per part. Plus ServiceNow says that you can use a state transition conditions as well. Only when this condition fulfill, the state should move to the next level. You can do these things via the flow designer. You can do this thing via the workflow as well. But if you are non-technical, I'm not non-technical, but you're more on the functional part, you want to do some POC, you can use these three options here. Now, before I show you the in my instance, let me discuss about the plugin part. By default, it will when you upgrade your I can say instance, you will get this part. If you did not get this plugin, you can go to the plugin section here. I can show you, and you can search with the help of the change model here, and you need to be activate. This is the major one. So change model foundation data. This is the foundation of the basic plugin which need to be installed if you want to be use the change model functionality in your official instances. PDA as well you want to do, you can do. Then if you want to do the change model this, you can go for the transition models as well. So now I installed all these 3 plugins in my system so that I can use all these 3 functionality very easily in the PDA and can give you a demonstration here. Okay, now the second part which is important here, let me come back to my point here. Let me open this part. So when you install this plugin, how it will be work for you. So let me say I'll click on the create new. Let me open the new window. So when I click on the create new, you are able to see these 4 options. These 3 are the default interpreter and this is a newly one has been added. Now the question comes, Atul, if we are going to the next level, then why we want to be show our customer these 3 other options as well? Because as you say, change model means it is a fit for purpose or a pre-approved. Now the question comes, if I say the pre-approved, we are talking specifically here about the standard change templates as well. I will show you in the upcoming in the few minutes the same thing. Now if you don't want to show these 3 options to your users, then what you have to do, let me go back here and discuss about the change model properties. So ServiceNow give me 3 change model properties which if you make a true or false, the things will be work for you. Number 1, I'll go from the down here. If you don't want to show these options, these 3 options along with this, then what you have to do, go to the system properties, search for the property called the com.snc this underscore compatibility. I'm just saving, I'm just copying it, go here and search for this. So I just search for this and make it as a true. If you make it as a true, it will be show you these 3 options as well. If I make it as a false here, let me show you the false part here. False, I click on save. Let me go back here. Let me reload my page here. Or let's see it's saved. Okay, let me open and change model. Let me click on the create new. Yep. So now you can see those 3 options, the previous interpreter, you can see this is no longer valid or no longer available for the selection because we make the property as a false. So generally if I say don't go in a quick manner, give a space to the customers, give a space to the users to make it as a true as of now. Once they're comfortable with the change model, then you can remove this option via this property. The second part, the second says that if you want to be use this thing, if you want to be use the both thing like a workflows and the APIs part specifically, then you have to be use this property for the purpose. So it's a enable workflow management as well. It means that if you want to add the workflow with your change model, then you have to make this property as a true. So as of now, let's see what the property status here. Let me go back and search for this property and click here. I'm sure it will be by default is a false. Yes, it means in this particular thing I'm not able to use the workflow with the change model. If you want to be used, just go and make it as a true here. I'm not changing anything because otherwise the demo will be hampered, but you can try that part. I done this previously, it working as expected, so you can make it as a true. The last property or the first property with ServiceNow give here is called the hiding part. It means, let's say that I'm activating the plugin, but I'm doing some POC in my vanilla flavor or in the vanilla instance. I don't want to show the model option to my users. Then what you have to do, you have to make this as a hide. It means if I go here and search for this property, oops, it's not be showing for me. Hide the changes model because it is not working because I need to make either one or this as a true as of now. So what they are saying, hide the change model feature when the SMC compatibility is enabled. It means if I make this as a true, only then this I can make it as a false. Otherwise I cannot make it as a false. The question is very clear because if I make the both properties as a false, then how the user will be able to raise the change. So in this case, it is very clearly that either make this or either make this as a true as of now. So this is the first part of our discussion today. Now let's come to the state or the change model. How I can create a change model in my system. So let me go back here and we'll search for the new and search for the change model. Click on the new part here. Even though change manager can create the change model, that is one of the biggest things which ServiceNow says here. If you see on the opening line, it say change manager can they can use only, not the creates. I take my words back. Change manager can use the change model, but they cannot create. Creating is required the admin rights here. So now let's go back here, and when you activate this plugin, the by default you will get these 6 as a change model. Number 1 is the change registration. Cloud infrastructure, as I said, that I want to build a specific model for the cloud team only, cloud infra team only. Then I can do emergency changes, normal changes, standard changes, and unauthorized changes. So if you're watching this video and you think that it is a good point for your organization, I strongly recommend try in the vanilla flavor, get the feel, get the client confidence, and then launch into the production one. So now what we are going to be we are going to be create a new change model for our demonstration purpose. So I click on the new here. I'll click, it's asking for me the name LNG training model. Now what it's saying, default change model. It's saying that use this record as a default one. Means if a user want to be click on the change model, only this will be applicable. I said no, it should not be the case. It can be, I am giving the flexibility to the user to select the required change model. Now application as a global, active as a true, I am making it by default, it's false. So guys, please check this part. I already faced this issue 2 times. I make a model but it was not available on the form. Then I see the active is the false here. Now color, if you want to change the color of this appearance, you can put like this as well. Okay, blue is not recognizing. Let me say green if it recognizes. Yes, green it has been recognized. It means the color of the appearance of the box should be coming in the green color. Available in the create new. What it says that it should be available when user click on the model as the interceptor of the list. Only then user is able to see this part. I said yes. Description. Let me put this LNG training model. YouTube channel. Now as you know that we can create the standard change proposals as well. In the same manner, the model help you to pre-populate some values in the change form as well. So I can say when I'm using this particular model, it should say my type should be normal. It say the short description should be this. I can say the description should be like this. I can say the category should be telecom. I can say the plan or the change plan should be like this. So this because this is a model, and when I say the model means, if I give a normal example that if you want to buy a new phone, when you go to the shopkeeper, he will never open the box immediately for you. He says, sir, this is the demo piece, this is the model piece. What this means, that all the feature of this phone will be similar, the look and feel will be similar in the box pack mobile phone as well. So it means we are using the change model to pre-populate some value. Another good point is that it don't require any kind of approval on the place. Like in the standard changes, when I go for the standard change proposal, it required the approval, but change model is don't require any approval. So now I click on the submit button here quickly. So my change model has been created, LNG training model. But the question comes, Atul, where is the state transition? I'll come to that part. Let me show you that how it will be look like for you now. So we'll go for a create change. Let me search for the change and click on the create new. Let me close other tabs here quickly. Yep, it is easy to track. Now I can go here and you can see my model is. So this is the reason that it's coming from the green color. This is becoming. Now if I click on this model, as of now I did not define any kind of a state transition, but I defined type category. And the thing is that if you are using the change model and you're putting the values like this, by default it will be lock everything. The same concepts work here in the case of the standard change proposals. When you create a standard change proposal and it get approved, out of these fields 1, 2 and 3, 4 as get automatically logged out. So be careful when you're creating the change model. Only put those values which you want or which you know that will not be changed anytime in the future. Otherwise you have to make a changes in the model again. Now the second step which we are going to do that, Atul, if I click on the new, the state, because I did not define that which state it is. That is another thing. So now we are going to be discuss that how the state model work. If you remember in the ServiceNow part, they say three things. Number one, fit for purpose. They say state model. They say state transition condition. So what we are going to be discuss about the state model now. So now we'll open this my LNG training model here and go to the state model. You can see here new. What it's saying here, it is a beautiful part which I like in this particular module. It says, boss, if you click on this new here, you will be getting an option that what should be the starting state of your change. Let go as standard or happy path. I'll say it's a new one. It is asking, is it the initial state for you? It means this is the state which you want to be kick off here, or you to start your change model transition. You said yes. I click on the submit here. So now one has been done. Now I click on the let me close this one for the time being, otherwise the page will be a little lengthy here. Let me quickly save, because I'm in the San Diego, so you can see the look and feel is little different. Now I create another state. I say now new, I say it should go to the authorize. It is initial state. No, it is not the initial state. My initial state is only new. It means it's saying that only one state will be initial, rest will be all follow states only. Now I click on the one more. I say from authorize it should go to the directly implement. Okay. And now at last I say from implement it should go to the close. Now you are able to see the benefit. These things is not achievable easily in the workflow, which can be easily achievable in the change model. So this is another benefit which you can show to your customer, you can show to your client, that by this model you can do the complete flow design as per your requirement. Now the question come, Atul, that's look good, but how the system will understand that I need to go from new, I can go to authorize, from new I can go to implement, from new I can go to the close part. So click on the new again here. So now the third point which came here is that the model state transition, that how the model, the state will be moved from new to next phase. Click on the new here. Now it says from the new where you want to go. It show only three options, because in the state model you say that I want to be use only three part. Either you can say the automatic transition. It means it will take it will not validate anything and it will be go bypass everything. If I say no, I want to put it here, I'll say from new it should go to the authorize, and I click on the submit button. When I click on the submit button, I'll get one state transition. But now if I want to move my change from new to authorize, if I did not fill anything, it will not work out for me. It means I need to put some kind of a validation. I want to put some kind of a transition here. So I click on the new to authorize again. And this is the last step which we find or which we saw in the ServiceNow docs, that is called the state model state transition conditions, that on which condition my state should move to the new to authorize. Remember, these things can be achievable via scripting as well in the workflow, but in the ServiceNow, in the change model, things has been sorted out for the people like me who are not a completely technical guy, but yes, 30-40 we participate in the technical and rest we are on the functional side. I click on the new here, and now it says that what you want to do. I want to validate. Let it be open. Validate the plan start date. Let give you this example. Description I can put validate the plan start date. I say when my change will move from the new to authorized. I have a 6 options. Number 1, it's authorized. When I say authorized, it means a workflow will be driven in the background. Okay. Or I can say not on hold, or I can say task has been through approval. I can say task is approved. So now the point which I want to be discussed from the functional perspective in the ServiceNow, in the workflow, these things we need to be code actually, but here everything has been coded for us. We have to be just understand the concept that what is the meaning of the task is approved. So when I say, if I say my change should move to the new to authorize only and only when the task has been marked approved. If I put these things, then when I run my change model, it will check that condition. But let's go for the normal part, that is I'm putting the transition conditions. Here you can put again the transitions condition. If I say the change should go to the authorized plan to authorize, the plan start date is not empty. So if my plan start date is not empty, only then it should move to the new to authorize. I click on the submit here. Now if you want to open, you can open it, but you cannot do anything else here because this is the last step in the change model part. Now let come update on this part. Let's try to go for the change model. Let's see what we build now. Oops. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, it's showing me the authorized. Because why it's showing authorized? Earlier new was not there, authorized was not there. Why new came? Because we set this as the initial one. Let me click on the authorized here. It say boss assignment group is mandatory. Now the question comes from where these things are coming. ServiceNow is still using something on the flow designer part as well. Some validation has been put there. Let me put this as a change management. Yep. And I click on the save here. Let's see what validation it's giving. See, it is giving me a change model. This prevented state transition from the new to authorized. Why? Because the plan start date is not filled. Let me fill the plan start date for tomorrow and click this, and now click on the save and see the magic. Let's click on the new to authorize. Let's save now. It has been done. Why? Because now it met the condition. So by seeing this thing, I'm sure that many people will be happy. Now we are also become a developer here. The only thing is that the question come, Atul, if we want to be configure some approval in this particular area, how this can be done. So there is a no change in that area, guys. I'm telling very clearly. You have to be defined either in the flow designer or in the change approval policy. So like if I say, let me go back here, change approval policy. The only thing is that now in the change approval policy, you can put a condition as well. Let me put a create new. My test submit. Let me open the my test here and let put the change request reference and put the decision kind of things. New. Label is this, or you can put, and I can put it here. It is not showing the model here. Change request, or maybe I need to be change the concept here. It should say that either I need to be put on the change reference, or I can put the policy input one more like a change model. Let's try to put the change model as well. Let it load quickly. Okay, it's taking time, but in the short I can say that you can configure. Okay, it has been open now. Let me say type is a change, or I can say reference. It is already there. Reference is already there. Let me come back here. or maybe reference specification, you can put it here and you can build up the workflow or the flow designer here. So in short, now I would like to conclude my point here. Change model is one of the biggest thing which has been available in San Diego, which can be used as the fit for purpose. Why? Again, ServiceNow says that we are ITIL compliant and ITIL follow the concepts called the fit for purpose. So guys, I'm just stopping myself here now. If you like my video, if you get some small knowledge, I'm able to enhance some knowledge in your knowledge bank, please like my videos, subscribe my channel, share with your friends, and definitely be in touch. I'll come back with new more videos coming soon are there. And stay safe. Have a nice day, guys. Bye bye. Take care.